Hello keyboard players. Today we're going to be looking at scales. With some of you I have covered it before in the past, but for others it may be new or you may have just forgotten. It happens. Okay, so the first one we're looking at is C major, and it has the notes of C, D, E, F, G, A, B, and then finishing on the C, which is the octave above the beginning note. So on our keyboard, our C is here. So you have the grouping of the two black keys, and the white key just in front of that is C. Okay, so we're going to write C. Our next white note is D, then E, then F, and this is all white notes, then G, A, B, and finishing on that octave C. So what we have is C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, and that is your C major scale. But for practicing purposes, what we do is we use a specific fingering system. I'm going to use a different color pen. I'm going to use one that will stick out, so we'll go with orange. I'm going to write numbers underneath each of the notes. So I'm going to write 1, then 2, then 3, then for F, back to 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now, the reason for that is the numbers tell us which fingers we're going to use. And if you remember from past videos, our thumb is number 1, this finger is number 2, then number 3, number 4, and number 5. So when we have the number 1, we play it with the first finger. Number 2, second finger. Number 3, third finger. We have to go back to 1 again, so we take the thumb, which is number 1, underneath and place it on the F, then bring our hand over the top, second, third, fourth, fifth. Okay, so that can be a little bit complex at first and a bit awkward because your fingers and your hands are like, I don't want to do that, because they're not used to doing it. So at first, to get used to playing the scale, you can just use your second finger and play. Okay, and coming back down. You can then use your first 2, so you can play 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. And then you can build up to using the 1, 2, 3, thumb coming underneath, and back down. So doing it slowly. So you're starting to get used to doing that movement with the hand. 1, 2, 3, 1. 1, 2, 3, 1. 3, 2, 1. You can go slower. What we're trying to do is put that memory in our brains to transfer it to our hands. So as you get used to it, you can then add the second finger. So you're going 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1. Okay, and you can take however long you need to for this, and as you get more comfortable with it, as your hands or your fingers do what you would like them to do, you can then continue and do the full scale. and then back down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We need to go to the third finger, so our fingers come over the top while our thumb is still down, and then 3, 2, 1. And again, you can practice that section, that section coming down, which we call descending, where you've got that change here. 3, 1, 3, 1. So you can play 3, 2, 1, 3. 3, 2, 1, 3. And as slow as you need to go. Really thinking about what you're doing. Okay? So once you've practiced it and broken it down, and then putting it all back together, and slowly, mistake happens, perfectly fine. And again, we're not looking for speed, we're looking to be able to memorize the notes that we need to play, and for our fingers to get used to doing the movements. Okay, so try not to stay with, because that does help you to memorize the scale, because ideally you want it where you don't have the notes there or the fingerings, because you remember it through repetition, just like with your maths and just like with your English. Okay, so that is the C major scale. Okay, now once you have got used to that, you can use a metronome to work on timing, and we've got a metronome here which is set at 60 beats per minute. And we're going to play one note per beat. So here's the count in: 1, 2, 3, 4. And back down. And again. C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, B, A, G, F, E, D, C. Okay, let's stop that metronome. Okay, so that is the C major scale. We shall leave it there. I was going to do the A minor as well, but we'll leave it just as the C major, just for you to get used to that, because the same principle applies for when we're doing the A minor. It's the exact same fingering, it's just different notes within the keyboard. Okay, I hope you enjoyed that. Would be nice to see your videos on our class dojo, just to let me know how you're getting on. Okay, have a good week. I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.